I may appear to have the weak and feeble body of a woman, but I possess the heart and spirit of a king.
This show is, at its core, about a woman forced to perform masculinity to be accepted as a ruler. The same bind Sheriko Lohak is in, the same one Cersei talks about. So what happened this episode? A lot. The Battle of the Gullet. Sheriko Lohak's pirates attack the Valerian fleet. Rhaena rides the dragon sheep stealer into battle. Jace dies. Corlys and Tyland both go overboard. Hugh, Ulf, and Adam have a very strange camping trip involving a green man, a magic goat, and Alice the witch. Not what I expected today, but here we are. Daemon meets Rory the Ruin and the Winter Wolves. Aemond has a deeply uncomfortable kiss with his mother, Alicent. Aegon and Larys get captured on a boys' trip gone wrong, and we meet Ormond Hightower and bold Jon Roxton leading the Hightower army. First scene, the Vale with Rhaena Targaryen. Rhaena's always felt like the family reject. Daemon has Caraxes, her mother Laena had Vhagar, her sister Baela has Moondancer, and Rhaena's got nothing. So she's desperate for a dragon, and this episode she finally gets one. Sheep Stealer, the ugly, mud-brown, toothy, badly tempered dragon from the books. One of the bigger dragons alive, even if not the most dangerous. Claiming a dragon is never easy. We saw that last season with Sea Smoke and Vermithor. And Sheep Stealer in the books has killed multiple people who tried to claim him, though she can't really control him. This is a huge book change. In the books, it's a completely different, much more mysterious character. Nettles, a commoner of unclear parentage, who claims Sheep Stealer by feeding him daily. And the book never has Sheep Stealer disobeying her. George Martin has publicly complained about changes this season having ripple effects down the line, and it sounds like this Rhaena swap is one of the ones bugging him most. Over in the Riverlands, Daemon and young Oscar Tully, now Lord of Riverrun, have rallied an army and beaten Jason Lannister's forces with help from the Winter Wolves, old Northmen veterans sent south to die a glorious death. In the books, this whole fight is a totally different, more obscure battle without any main characters in it. The show's clearly choosing to simplify and center its leads instead. Elsewhere, Criston Cole, the murderous, nihilistic Hand of the King, a genuinely terrible choice for the job, is marching with Gwaine Hightower, Alicent's brother, toward Harrenhal. Gwaine pushes back when he learns a soldier raped a woman in camp. Criston shrugs it off, says they're all doomed, they'll all become beasts. It's the show's recurring tension between idealism and the ugly realities of war playing out in miniature. We do get nice characterization, though. Ulf grew up rough, was told by a red priest he had king's blood, kind of an Edric Storm / Varys Echo, and built his whole identity around being a dragon seed. Adam, by contrast, knows his father is Corlys. We still don't know if their mother had Targaryen blood, though she probably did. In King's Landing, Aemond is acting like king already, sitting the throne with the sword Blackfyre, while actual King Aegon is missing. Alicent, fresh off secretly cutting a deal with Rhaenyra last episode to let Aegon die and end the war, arrives to find Aemond has seized power and her careful plan is falling apart, because Aemond refuses to leave for Harrenhal as promised. She manipulates and is also genuinely, tragically honest with him, telling him she failed as a mother, and then Aemond, starved for any kind of intimacy, kisses her. Not a peck. A long, unsettling kiss. Alicent's horror is one of the best little acting moments this episode. It's deeply messed up. Meanwhile, Aegon and Larys, fleeing toward Braavos, get captured by the Staunton men loyal. Even good guy Team Black is executing suspected enemies on sight here. Aegon laughs at being told to swear loyalty to the queen. Larys, ever the survivor, immediately gives him up as a hostage rather than letting them both be killed. On Dragonstone, Rhaenyra, high on near-religious confidence after last season's Dragon Seed windfall, wants to fly straight to King's Landing on Alicent's word alone. Jace thinks it's insane, can't talk her down, so locks her in her room and rides off to the Gullet battle himself with Baela instead against orders. Rhaenyra, raging, gives us the episode's thesis line,
I may appear to have the weak and feeble body of a woman, but I possess the heart and spirit of a king.
This show is, at its core, about a woman forced to perform masculinity to be accepted as a ruler. The same bind Sheriko Lohak is in, the same one Cersei talks about. And then, the Gullet. Corlys, sailing under a new figurehead and a renamed ship, the Queen Who Never Was, in honor of his dead wife, gets ambushed by Sheriko's Triarchy fleet, who, we learn, aren't really fighting for Team Green at all. Sheriko wants personal revenge on Corlys for decades of persecuting her people. Corlys lures her through a deadly narrows, hoping to lose her. She survives anyway, rams his ship, and they fight brutally until he goes overboard. His estranged son, Alan, finally, furiously, kills Sheriko himself, the first time he's ever really shown his love for Corlys in actions rather than words. Jace and Bela arrive on Vermax and Moondancer, burning Triarchy ships, and so does Rhaena, except Sheepstealer doesn't read heraldry and starts torching their own fleet too, even attacking Bela. While dodging her, Vermax gets hooked by a grapnel and dragged under. Jace can't free himself in time and is killed by arrows. Rhaenyra's son and heir is dead, and it's hard not to wonder whether the show would have hit harder landing this at the actual climax of Season 2, where all the emotional setup for Jace actually lived. In the books, this whole battle plays out very differently. No Rhaena, no Sheepstealer subplot, much grimmer civilian slaughter back on Driftmark, and Sheriko's revenge is really about eliminating her political rivals within the Triarchy. The show's choosing personal, character-driven drama over the book's tangle of obscure Eastern politics. A trait I mostly understand, even if I'm nervous about where Rhaena's story is heading from here. So, a messy, emotional, occasionally baffling premiere. Rhaenyra literally locked in a room again, Alicent's plan barely making sense, but a genuinely spectacular, mostly practical effects battle, and one devastating death. Lots to chew on.